Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and a very warm good evening from the UK, and boy is it hot. It is super hot. My name is Dr. Madeleine Chan and I'm here to host the USA Global TV and Radio show, the Film and Music Show. So welcome to all our viewers on YouTube, all our viewers on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter X, TikTok and Instagram. So for today's guest on the Film and Music Show, we have got a very talented young man. He has been acting since a very young age. He was in Oliver for theatre production. Then he went on to more of the big screen, being in films such as Buddy, Lionheart, and Goodnight, Sweetheart. So I met him through a natural way, through a friend, and we instantly connected. He's also a radio DJ. He's got a big humanitarian heart, and he is so much for the new creative vibration alignment of all creative artists around the world. I would like to welcome the very talented Wayne Goddard.
Hi there. How is everyone doing on this gorgeous update?
Good evening, Wayne. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
How's it going with that heat?
Oh, yes. Lovely, though. We mustn't complain. The sweatier, the better, I always say.
Fantastic. Wayne, could you explain to our viewers in a matter of maybe 2 minutes who you are, and just explain them like an elevator pitch, really, but not so much like an elevator pitch?
Yeah, sort of started acting when I was 10. Went to theatre school, the usual stuff, and done theatre, films, TV. And after that, I ventured into DJing, radio DJing, which was really good. And now I'm sort of getting into singing as well now, which I'm obviously better late than never. But yeah, I'm always acting anyway. That's sort of me, really. Just always the life and soul, and just love to make people smile, and yeah, just really enjoy that sort of way of life, really. But obviously, it's a very difficult life for work-wise. But you just got to keep cracking on. But yeah, I'm just raring to go, like another new lease of life, as they say.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for sharing that. So, Wayne, what we do on this show is I ask our guests to hop into a time machine, and we're going to go into this time machine and we're going to go right back to the beginning where you were first inspired to say, I want to be on stage.
Cool. Right. Well, basically, it was round about 10. And all I remember, the very first time I used to see a friend that used to be on a commercial, penguin commercial. Pick up the penguins. If you feel to pick up a package, people might remember it. It's a long, long time ago. And I was just amazed by, that's Douglas. I know Douglas. And straight away, I thought that's what I want to do. Because I always used to get up at at weddings, and I'd always be in the middle of doing a silly Russian dance or something. I used to, and all people used to clap and always say I'd be on the TV. So I went for an audition with Sylvia Young, stood there and sung Consider Yourself, and literally within 2-3 weeks, I went for an audition for Oliver. One of the boys, one of the cast, got in Oliver, and it went from there really. Then she started a school when I was 12, so I started the full-time school. And by 15, I went for the audition for Bugsy Malone at Majesty's Theatre. I went for the open audition out of about 7 or 10,000 kids, and they picked 4 Bugsies and 4 Tallulahs and everything. I did that, and then I closed the show as well because there was 5 companies, and they chose the best of all the companies, and we closed the show, the 6th company, which was brilliant, absolutely amazing experience. I did a couple of feature films. I did a series called Buddy with Roger Daltrey from The Who. I played his son in a Buddy series, in the original BBC series. And then they ended up doing that as a film later on with Chesney Hawkes, people might remember. But I was the original Buddy in that. And then I had a break from acting for quite a while because it was quite difficult. It's a difficult business, obviously, as people will know. Came back into it and met up with this director, and we did a couple of films, one called Night Bus, which I'm very, very proud of, which we got in the London Film Festival, and in Time Out, it was the 7th film to watch in the on the show, which was amazing. And we had a big sort of a massive thing there for everyone to come and see, but we never actually managed to get a distributor for the film because it was more of an acting film. It was 47 actors. It was all ad-libbed, so we had 2 cameras and we roughly knew what to do, but the whole film didn't have a script, so we just literally had free reign, which was amazing for me. I loved it, and one of my best performances, I think. It's on YouTube, you can watch it, Night Bus, the full movie. And it starts off with a guy rapping, and it's on a bus just up and down Mile End Road in London, which was great. And then we did another film with the same director, Simon Baker, God rest his soul, because unfortunately we lost him, which was very sad, called 90 Minutes, which was a football film set on Hackney Marshes. And that was the last big feature film sort of I did. And that's on Sky. You can watch that on Sky Box Office. And I played the referee, just a small part. But yeah, and in between that, I did DJing, and yeah, just sort of on and off at an internet radio station.
Wow, that's really impressive. So very impressive, Wayne. So going back to the point of the Sylvia Young, and then we'll go on to all the other films like Buddy and everything. I'd just like to go back to the Sylvia Young. So what was it like being a student for the Sylvia Young? Was it a theatre school or was it?
The Sylvia Young Theatre School, yeah. Oh, it was great. I mean, I suppose I used to explain to people, like when you watch Fame, the series, I said it really was like that sometimes, because you'd be walking down the hallway and, someone would be rehearsing the play that they're doing, and they'll be doing harmonies, and then somebody would be doing tap dancing and ballet dancing. So it really was like that. And I talked to a few people vaguely sometimes when we meet up and we have some sort of a reunion, and we say how lucky we really were being at a theatre school, but it was tough because I had to get up at sort of 7 o'clock in the morning, leave home by 7:20, walk up the road to get a bus, a 15-minute bus ride, 20-minute bus ride to Walthamstow, and on the train to Oxford Circus, then another train to Marylebone, and then a 10-minute walk to school. So it was quite tough, but I wanted it. So that's basically what I did. And yeah, it was great fun. And obviously, because you were at school, you're always available for auditions. You didn't have to get all the permission from the normal schools that I was at before, because a lot of the time I used to have to, when I first started out, I used to have to pretend that I was ill, and my mum would come and get me, and then she'd take me uptown to an audition. But I think you can't get away with that sort of thing now. Very strict now for children. But yeah, so that was really good. And obviously we did tap, did ballet, modern dancing, but I wasn't really into that back then. I was like, no, I just want to be an actor, and I used to love it. The acting classes, it was just my It was definitely where I massively belonged. But I didn't realise how much I was massively involved with music back then. I was quite shy with music. I never thought I had a good singing voice. So I used to sort of stay at the back of the class. But you know, that's just the insecurities of being an actor, I think, which comes with being in that sort of game, because I wasn't very good at taking rejection. So I think you have to be very thick-skinned, and I was very, very innocent, I suppose, and quite what's the word I'm trying to think of, really. I was just didn't take it very well, so it did affect my confidence quite badly. So I did struggle quite a bit mentally with that sort of thing, with the acting, and the transition from child acting to adult acting. And because I was very small for my age, so I, like, when I was 16 playing Buddy, I looked at playing a 13-year-old, and literally within a year and a half, I shot from 5'7" to 5'11", but I still had a baby face. And I think it really did go against me within the film industry, being tall and being baby faced, because most actors, as people will probably know, round about sort of 5'7", 5'8". They're not really tall. You do get tall actors, obviously, but predominantly they're small because of the shots. You know, if you're different, when you've got POVs, one actor and they're very tall, you have to end up, one has to stand on a box, and people don't see that in the film. It's quite funny, but you do get that sort of thing. So yeah, that was really it, really, with theatre school. Yeah, just a great time, great memories.
And with Wayne, with being at the Sylvia Young Theatre, how were you more of a family, in the way that there's a lot of competition at that time because you're all going for maybe the same auditions in some way or form? How did you accept each other? How did you embrace each person that received that audition?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you know, I think, for me personally, I think I was so innocent with that sort of thing. I don't think I really ever thought about it, really, because obviously you weren't always going on the same auditions. And obviously there was sometimes you'd have casting directors that would come to the school, and they would literally just come in and sit in the acting classes and just watch and observe. And then they would pick people maybe to go into the room for a private audition. So those sort of things. But yeah, I don't particularly remember. I mean, I think at school, I was sort of, at the time, then one of the kids that was working quite a bit. So I was quite remembered. I think it was predominantly for Buddy. And then, it was Oliver, or not Oliver so much, but Bugsy Malone, when I played Bugsy Malone at Majesty's Theatre, because I was 15 then. So yeah, I was still at school. So literally you left school and then straight on the train to Her Majesty's Theatre, you know, get into wardrobe and then warm up before theatre. Yeah, no, I don't really remember being that a problem. For me anyway. I don't know about other people, but I think I was so innocent. It was just all fun. And it was a bit, obviously, upsetting if you didn't get something. But I think it was later when I left school when it started to affect me a bit more, when you're not at school and you haven't got that back. You haven't got everyone there getting your back, and you're sort of on your own in the big wide world.
Wow. And so from going from Sylvia Young, and then you went into adulthood, and then you felt you're on your own. What was the next stage for you? What did you do?
I did come back to the school sometimes to do some sort of singing classes. Funny enough, I did some singing classes. And then, I was quite a bit more confident. And I remember the singing teacher saying to me, "Have you been having singing lessons?" And I was like, "No." I said, "Because your voice, you're really, I can hear it, and sort of, because obviously I was quite a coward at the back of the class before." But I did unfortunately go through quite a bad time from that transition, and it really did affect my confidence, and work sort of dwindled a bit. So it became very, very difficult, and I would say, like most of the acting fraternity, you're out of work most of the time, unless you're at the very top echelon of maybe the top 3% or whatever it is. So yeah, it was quite a struggle for me. So I think that's probably why I was always trying to find an alternative with the music, with DJing I got into. So I sort of did that for a bit. I didn't really get money from that sort of thing, but it was more experience and fun, really. But yeah, no, I did find it quite hard, the transition. I was very disheartened and disillusioned by it all, and I did give it up for quite a while, and then obviously I got back into it because I just got older and more mature and realised I did believe in myself, and I wanted to give it another go.
And Wayne, with you saying give it another go and get back into it, does that mean you were finding your own agents, or what is the process for anyone out there who would like to become an actor and have just come from fresh from stage school? What process do they take?
Well, actually, yeah, because it was literally, I suppose, like starting from scratch. So I first of all, obviously, you've got to get yourself a show reel. You've got to, and if you haven't done any work, you have to start doing some sort of maybe fringe plays, and try and get in touch with sort of people in film schools to maybe do some short films where you don't get any money, but you're getting your face. Get yourself a show reel, basically. You have to get yourself a show reel. So I tried a lot of my old stuff, and it was old. It was good, but it was old, and I was older. So I had to sort of find a way to do that, and that's how I met this director. I went up for this audition for this short film. I thought it was. It ended up being the big film, this Night Bus. So it was very lucky for me. I suppose I become very spiritual, and I sort of started to manifest these things, and they sort of was coming my way because I was very confident, much more than I ever was when I was at theatre school. So yeah, and that's what I did. And then you obviously get yourself a show reel, and then you have to find yourself an agent. So you just literally get tons and tons of agents. From Spotlight is a good book to buy. Spotlight, you can buy that online, and that's the Actors Spotlight. Is very good to buy. You can buy that online quite easily, and that will have all everything. It has producers, directors, casting directors, agents, studios, literally everything in there. So you just literally get a template letter, say you want to start, or you're starting back up again, and that's how I did. And I finally got into a few. I went through a few different agents to try and get myself in there, and obviously trying to do it yourself. I mean, you can find out. I can't. There's a thing you can get where you find out all the. I've completely forgotten the name of it. I do apologise. I've forgotten the name of it, and you can pay to get it, and it shows you all the recent auditions that are coming up for certain parts and stuff. But you can get that through Spotlight. You can probably quite ask them. They're very helpful, ringing up the Spotlight helpline and asking them for advice. They're absolutely amazing. So that's a very good, massive thing to do if you want to get back into it. And and that's it. And you just got to crack on and keep going, and just be positive, really. And you should know within yourself whether you're capable, and just go to some classes. Absolutely. Actors Centre, you can go to, join the Actors Centre, or in local acting classes to build up your confidence, and to meet other people, likewise people that you can get some networking, really.
Wonderful tools, pearls of wisdom there, Wayne, really. And thank you for sharing that. I'm sure that some of our younger viewers will take this on board and process this and apply to their lives. So Wayne, just before we go on to commercial break, can you explain to our audience the first feature film that you went on? What was your first thought when you were on set?
Oh, wow. My first feature film was Lionheart, The Children's Crusade, which was, unfortunately, it was a big flop. It was released in Canada, and it's in America. If you go to America, you can download it online. But it was a most amazing experience, and it was 4.5 months in Budapest in Portugal. So a big film unit. I mean, huge. And we were staying in 5-star hotels. I had a caravan with my name on. But before, because my part was, I was 9 principal actors and I was the 9th principal. I was a young beggar kid with TB, tuberculosis, and I had white contact lenses because I was blind. So I had to have these soft contact lenses on, and then these white ones I had to put on, which were white, but I can only have them on for an hour, and then they used to sting really terribly. I mean, I'm sure they've changed now with technology. So I literally had an hour, less than an hour, to do my scenes. But it was just amazing out in Budapest and Portugal, obviously, because it was Richard the Lionheart. So the locations were in the mountains and in forests. It was just magical with a film crew, being treated like you were some really much special and getting called onto set from your caravan with your name on. It was just amazing, beautiful. And it was with Dexter Fletcher, who's now a really, really big director I'm still friends with. Gabrielle Byrne was in it. The main character was Eric Stoltz, who's quite a big American actor. He lives in Canada now. There was Deborah Moore, which was Roger Moore's daughter. There was quite a few big stars. But again, it was just an amazing experience. I mean, to be on a big set like that for 4.5 months, flying to different countries and being treated like, it was just great. Brilliant experience. Never forget it.
And it must be amazing in the way that with having so much high established names, even of such as yourself, did you establish a family community way of?
Oh, absolutely.
Whilst you were on filming.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, I've become very close to Dexter, and I sort of idolized him because we had this. Because the really amazing thing about that film, there was me, Dexter, Chris Pitt, who was another actor, and there was an electrician. 4 of us on this film had the same birthday, the 31st of January, which I think it's got to be unheard of. People working together. So Dexter's 3 years older than me, so we all had the same. It was just bizarre. 4 people. I mean, you can't make that up. So I think that even back then, now I've become very spiritual. I just know those sort of were wonderful signs of good times and messages, however you want to look at it from the universe. But I see that now. But obviously then it was like, wow, that's amazing. So it was an absolute. We're all together. We're in hotel rooms. 5-star hotels. So we all meet up in one hotel room all together. All the actors. Let's go downstairs and watch the show. They used to have shows like in the downstairs in the basement of this hotel in Budapest, because Budapest then was like it was communist. So it was really strange, and for us earning the money we were earning, and people were very poor and used to go to shops and they'd always ask, have you got sterling, we want sterling, because they were holding all sterling money to try and get enough money to get out of the country. Budapest now, beautiful, completely different, wonderful. It was beautiful then. But it was just an amazing experience, and yes, it definitely was a family affair, 100%. And I've worked both sides of the camera as well, because I've worked behind the scenes as a spark. I forgot to mention that. For 5 years with my father, because he was a gaffer, and we did a couple of the Harry Potter films, the 2nd and the 4th Harry Potter film. So I've done both sides of the camera, and I've seen both sides. And again, it's both the same. Everyone's a family, and it's wonderful. There's no ill feelings, because you can't have that.
Well, thank you for sharing. That's phenomenal. It's phenomenal adventures that you've had and everything. But before we come back, we're going to cut to an ad at the moment, and then we're going to come back to you, Wayne, and we will be showing your show reel. Okay, so stay with us. Cool. We'll be back soon.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Steve Klein Art at steveklein.art.
My name is Steve Klein, born Manchester, England, 1953. My quest in my lifetime is to create artwork from my soul and the deepness within my wildest dreams and fantasies. In 2012, my heart stopped when I was given too much anesthetic for a minor knee operation, and this near-death experience took me to another multidimensional world, an out-of-body experience. and I was given the gift of being blessed by an overwhelming, burning passion to become, for the very first time in my life, an artist with an eternal, passionate desire to bring my art, which I've named multidimensional, subliminal, freeform art, to the world, as only 3% recover from what I experienced, and now in my golden years want to release my cosmic, vital energy through my art to allow people to be a part of my cosmic dance.
To learn more, email roccogoodwine@gmail.com. For VIP pricing, mention USA Global TV and Radio.
Hello and welcome back to the Film and Music Show. My name's Dr. Madeleine Chan, and we have for our today's guest, Wayne Goddard. So just before the ad, we were talking about all your films, especially the ones in Budapest. So Wayne, what we're going to do is show your fabulous show reel, and it's pretty extensive and long, so it's super impressive. So Wayne, do you want to introduce it?
Wayne Goddard show reel of all my work, very recently work, not the old stuff.
I visited Dad yesterday. Took him some flowers. I had to do a bit of weeding around the headstone. You know how fussy he was about the lawn. Hate to think of him lying there with a messy garden. I said hello from you. I might not make it next week. I'll try and come the week after. They'll have everything you need here, okay, Mum? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I should be more cheerful tonight.
Hey, mate.
Hi, mate.
Good night.
I'm all right, sorry.
You had a good night.
Good night. Not necessarily, no. 2:30 if you're getting on.
Yeah. What would you say to someone who has run away from somebody who loves them very much?
Mate, I really haven't got time.
Just have a conversation with one another.
I don't want to have a conversation with you. I just want your money. No, get off the back.
Yeah.
And it's been one of those nights, I can tell you.
Just for a second, though, if we were to just stop.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a second
Yeah.
to get off the bus
To get.
or pay me.
Yeah, but if you just
I've
listen
really
to
had it up to here today.
But I mean, we could just talk to one another, couldn't we? That's something.
Mate. That's it. Keep going. Keep going.
Ref, what's going on? You what, you going to let them get away with that second half?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean what am I talking about? They're all over us, man. That fucking ache is butchering jab. Is this game too big for you or what?
Sorry, you trying to tell me how to referee a football match?
I'm not telling you how to do your job, Ref, because you're not doing your fucking job. I don't want my fucking players going work on Monday on crutches. That's all I'm asking you to do.
Listen, you just worry about your team and let me worry about keeping control of the game, okay?
Yeah, I'll fucking do that, Ref. Noted.
Anyway, so I go and meet this mate. Ben, his name is. We used to call him Big Ben. He grew massive at a young age, and we were still skinny little things with massive legs. He was like the honey monster, you know? And I haven't seen him in 20, 25 years. And he said, meet at Liberty's, Oxford Circus. Easy for me. I'm Elephant and Castle, Bakerloo line, straight there. And I didn't recognise him. Because like, I've grown up and he looked smaller than me and it freaked me out.
Better than sex, blood piss. Please, mate. I really can't deal with this tonight. All right?
Okay.
I need to get the bus moving. Look,
I'm
get back on
sorry,
the bus,
mate.
please.
I'm sorry.
Please, mate, sit down. You can't do that. Listen.
I'm fucking like, my wife's gonna fucking kill me. She will get my bollocks and she will. Yeah.
Sit back down, though. Sit back down, because we've got to move the bus, all right? Everyone's waiting. All right? Sit down.
My wife's waiting for me indoors.
Yeah. Lovely, but keep moving. Lovely. Keep going.
Sorry.
fucking job.
Come on then. What are you scared of? Nothing worth nicking, is there?
They got a compressor.
That's a lot of use.
Well, your bottle's gone. I ain't scared of no ghost. I ain't scared of no ghost.
Good evening.
Oh, what is it? You're going... Oh.
Fantastic. However, I do apologize, viewers, for the well, it is a family show, so I do apologize. So the bleeps or the glips, we should have had the blips in. The glips, yeah. Yeah, the glips. It's okay. But Wayne, my question is to you, and I'm sure the viewers would like to know as well. At the beginning of your show reel, it showed you you were in the hospital. The scene was in the hospital. How would you prepare for something so dramatic and where you're producing the emotion? How do you prepare for this scene?
Do you know what? I think I just got to a stage where I can just flip that on whenever I want it. Obviously, yes, I sat there and I knew what script it was, and the ladies in the bed. It does help having the situation all there. But me personally, I can bring on the tears quite easily. I think it helps with being gone through some certain situations in your life, and I think maybe, probably, and almost definitely, I bring it from that. I bring it from past stuff, and I just don't know. That's why I'm not a method actor, because I know there's a lot of actors out there that really get into that method sort of style, and that's fine. But for me, I can just switch it, and if the situation warrants that, because I'm confident now, and I couldn't so much when I was a lot younger. When as an actor, I would have struggled, I think. But as I've got older, I just believing in myself, because obviously a lot of actors will probably say, we meet actors, even famous actors, when they're on their own interviews, they're very introverted, but when they're acting, they're completely come out of their shell. But I'm sort of like that all the time now, which is wonderful for me. It's much more it's just peaceful, really. Yeah, but yeah, I think for most people, yeah, I suppose people just picture a scene, and maybe the best way people could think is picture something that's really sort of sad in your life. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of young actors, they used to read them sort of a sad story before the scene. But for me, I just feel I get there. I literally can just switch from tears to happiness, back to tears quite easily. I just find it quite easy.
That's quite an incredible gift. So Wayne, in the way that some actors go out there and let's say they're part of a series and they become more typecast, with looking at the show reel, it shows your diverse roles. So what would your favorite role be if it was a wish fulfillment, and let's say they said, okay, here's this space, Wayne, create something, a character, or what kind of character do you want to play, and what kind of cause and mission do you want to be?
Wow, that's a good question. I think for me, predominantly throughout my career, the first part of my career, I didn't see myself as a character actor. So I was always playing sort of parts that are not similar to me, but are just a normal sort of person from London. But then I suppose when I did Bugsy Malone, I'm playing an American actor. I've played a Liverpudlian before in a small BBC sort of short play that used to be like a schools program, a bit like The Buddy, but a smaller sort of living on the street in London. But yeah, I would say a comedy, 100%. Because yeah, I would like to play sort of a comedy and a completely not like me at all. You know, with maybe a funny accent or just being really, you know, like a bit like off the Fast Show or something like that. I think that would be my ultimate part, and maybe a Southern American, like a cowboy. I'd like to play kind of part like that. I'd like, you know, from the old King Folk Park and like that, you know, from back there. I think I would enjoy that kind of part because you could really sort of make it up and real go with it, you know. That would be my ultimate as well.
Thank you for sharing your heart, purpose, and everything, your passion, and also that accent, the American cowboy accent. It was really excellent. So Wayne, what is going to be for you for the rest of this year? What have you got planned for the rest of this year?
For the rest of this year, I think I'm going to be massively concentrating on the singing. Massively concentrating on the singing, but I also want to do a bit more DJing as well. So there's a possibility of a radio station. So yeah, so music in both aspects of it, really, singing and playing. Yeah, and just carrying on being as spiritual as I am and manifesting just a lot of love, really, because that's what it's all about.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And also, Wayne, just in case there's any wonderful directors out there, they might just be contacting you, Wayne, and you might just get that perfect role that you've wanted, your wish fulfillment. Who knows? Would you be up for that if that kind of crossed your path this year?
Wholeheartedly, 100%. I would never. I miss acting. I miss it quite a lot. So yeah, never say never. I would definitely be up for that. And I've got some things in the background. I write a lot as well, but you never know. Yeah, I've got a few friends that are involved in the business director. So who knows? Yeah, the world is my lobster, as they say.
Fantastic. Thank you, Wayne. And also you'll have to come back for part 2 so that we can talk about your screenplay writing and you as an aspiring singer and your projects for this and also your DJing. Excellent. But just before we go, Wayne, could you tell our audience how they can contact you and why you would want them to contact you as well?
Well, you can contact me through my from my email address, godsy@me.com. Yeah, just well, any type of if there's any sort of short films people are doing, they need an actor with a bit of experience. Of course, I'm always available for auditions. Yeah, any singing things that have come along. I mean, I'm open for all aspects of entertainment, really, because it really is truly where I belong. But as this, it's a difficult world, and you know you have to pay the bills, so there's always other things you have to do. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, that's really it. Or yeah, just send me a message, and I will get back to you 100%.
Wonderful. Thank you, Wayne, for sharing this. Thank you for being so transparent. Thank you for sharing your passion, your purpose, and your story. So please do come back for part 2 because our audiences will be super waiting for you to come back and reveal the next stage, next part in your creative story.
Oh, cool.
So we'll see you for the next time. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you so much.
In a world craving connection, one platform dared to dream bigger. USA Global TV and Radio, a beacon for global voices, authentic storytelling, and elevated listening. Led by visionary Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the journey from a spark to a global force is now captured in one inspiring book.
Honored with YouTube's Silver Creator Award for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Discover the evolution, the challenges, the triumphs, and the unstoppable spirit that created a global movement. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang. Creative director Paul Garcia. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Now an Amazon #1 new release in paperback and ebook. Broadcasting Brilliance, the evolution of USA Global TV and Radio, is inspiring readers around the world. Join the movement that's redefining global media one story at a time.
USA Global TV and Radio, home of the YouTube Silver Creator Award, proudly presents Just the Thing for Your Ring. Introducing the patented Ring Thing. Your premium personal ring holder to keep your ring safe, nearby, and avoid loss.
The Ring Thing just got smarter. Add your logo and an NFC tag that opens to your website with one tap. Waterproof, inner padding, and now a forever business card.
Just the thing for your ring. Scan the QR code seen here to learn more about Ring Thing or place your order. Follow Ring Thing on Instagram at ring_thing_ or go to our website ringthing.com.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.